Hello, Africa. How are you doing? Is this Africa or something? So, welcome to Avatar. This is our home. We always call it the home of creativity. That's why I've taken off my shoes, getting closer to my ancestors, and making sure that I am here in the African soil. So, our real purpose in Avatar going forward is to liberate African creativity. That's why we created this partnership with Red on Yellow School to see how we can liberate young students who want to come to the industry, not just by giving them a bursary, but giving them an opportunity to actualize their design with our partner Edgar's, where their work will translate into actual product or merchandise or clothing before they even start work. So that's very important for us in terms of getting things going there. So in terms of what I want to talk to you about, I want to talk to you about what we can do together. So, dear African marketer, I want to talk to you about the future we want. It's an African, intelligent, creative society driven by machine learning for the love of African culture. An AI that is an African intelligent AI. That's what we want to talk about. Africans are living in a sea of change. They are living in a sea of uncertainty. It is important that when we talk about our African artistry, our culture, the love that is enabled by the future of technologies is that we no longer fear to take on this technology head on as consumers. We as consumers are creating our own AI playbooks ahead of companies and brands as consumers. So, how do we win in an AI future where African culture is king, driven by African marketing leaders like you, aligned with creative lions in the agency world that actually bite into market share growth? Here is to an African intelligent creative that we want, built on technology futures, yet it's noble of African culture, customer insight that creates brands people love, where machine learning and the heart-lifting ideas drive business growth. Does it play? I don't hear music. I don't hear sound. I don't hear Africa. It's not playing.
Trials and tribulations of a lot of athletes now. I was winning pretty much everything, but still it felt a little bit empty. That's part of why I was looking for something different, enjoy the moment a little bit.
Now on the court, John McEnroe.
You cannot be serious! Get away from me!
Welcome to Michelob Ultra, McEnroe versus McEnroe, one of the most exciting moments in the history of tennis.
On one side, John McEnroe playing on a real tennis court.
The other side, virtual John McEnroe.
Ready to face yourself? Whoa, okay.
You've got a physically transparent screen, which John can play a ball to, and the ball will pass through that.
Bring it on, man.
Let's do this.
How the hell did they do this?
Of a brand new thing. Come show them what we gon' bring. Come show them what they missing. And when they know it, we gon' play cha-ching.
After analysing every single match in John's career, each avatar was programmed with adaptive artificial intelligence.
That connected seamlessly to an intricate reactive robot system. 3 pieces of tech that think
And play, just like John.
You cannot be serious!
Imagination. Imagination.
And it started out with this one thing. But it started out with this one thing.
Is that the best you got?
Hang on, hold my beer.
So whilst this must be great for a global brand and a sports brand partnering to create something interesting, African machine learning is beyond the cave. This global AI cannot spell or innovate Mohudu. If you had to put AI in it, it wouldn't be able to create something like that. This global AI will never create a virtual Dr. Kumalo playing against Ronaldo. With us as Africans taking direct input in terms of feeding our knowledge in these AIs and driving a different conversation. That's what we want. Otherwise, we'll be left behind in the greatest era of brand power that is coming up. We know that our CMOs are challenged, and they are challenged in many areas, creating digital customer value exchange, adapting advanced cross-functional goals, optimizing the shift of brand value. How do we partner with them in terms of making sure that personalization capabilities, customer journey orchestration is done right and is done correctly from an African point of view? How do we make sure that the CMOs, as they adapt their teams to advanced cross-functional operational models, helping them to think about digital commerce, not just social media and likes and the number of likes that do nothing for the business? How do we actually do that? So we dare ask for more life in the African marketer. We are not African because we are born in Africa. We are African because African creativity is born in us. We strongly believe in African creativity that is rooted in African intelligence, that machine learns our resilience against all odds. It learns our culture. It solves for our struggles, living without water, living without electricity, navigating the credit crunch on our necks, preventing data access as our enemy of progress in terms of where do we go. The time of living in the Lagos Yacht Club and not really being clear what we want to do with our marketing is over. We need to intensify our Africanness. I'm talking about an Africanness that is the ability to solve the heartbeat of our dreams, to change the drumbeat of our reality wherever we go, whilst adding the power of machine learning in the marketing mix for the culture of creativity built on algorithms that answer to us, that answer to our problems, without losing the power of love for the African nuance that's right for our creativity. So let's trust AI as the friendship for business results, not just as images on fancy billboards to display your next image in terms of how nice that image is. Let's look for AI with a creative impact. This is the African machine learning we want that is able to clear all the things that we want in this space. It's creativity before advertising, looking at how AI actually drives a different output. This will obviously cause a lot of blockers to come through. Careful clients, some of them here, who don't want to push the boundary would need to step out and jump into a new creative world. There will be legal issues that we deal with, but we want to partner you with them. There will be unforeseen blow-ups and clashes, but we want to be part of that. And we want to really be part of those exponential curves that are difficult to forecast. This is the moment for you. This is the moment for African marketers. Foundational change is here. New tools are here. New technologies are here. New behaviors are being formed. How do we get into culture, commerce, and technology and creative in one breath? Let's unlock our African AI. It will need time and money, led by machine learning in terms of how we invest. It will need us to be able to unlock relevance, which you can do now in a very fast way in terms of synthetic media that you would move across. It will need reskilling in terms of our marketing operations, in terms of how we reduce and increase the areas of performance that we want as marketers. Onboarding executive alignments, like I saw them here. They're still talking about load shedding. There's so much more going on. It's opportunity to map where we're going and redesign how we want to do. How do we want to get into a space where tech implementation and performance is part of what we do? We want to be first. We want to make sure that we get in there. The general AI is now. The next is predictive, prescriptive, cultural AI, the one that you only have, the one that you can train for your brand, the one that is built for your needs. That's the era that we want to go to. It's build African intelligence for a marketing organization that is designed to learn African context from a brand point of view, from a performance point of view, from a lifetime value point of view, so that we can unlock our own African inputs and understand the real drivers of culture into e-commerce. Let's put Africans and creatives into work, understanding what's analytical, understanding what's African intelligent AI that activates culture in terms of what we want to do. Let's jump in. Umeleni, thank you very much.